Right, we have a young vine here. It's in its third year with 2 canes established. What I want to do is set this up as a permanent cordon, all set for spur pruning. The first thing I'm going to do is ensure that there are sufficient shoots on each side of the canes, which there are, to set up for spurs at that good spacing of a hand span apart. I'm going to make sure the trunk is straight, and then I'm going to clean the head out and take it from there. So to be sure I've got the perfect gap, I look to what I have here now, and I've got this shoot here and a hand span to the next shoot there, which is perfect. From here to the next one is to there, so I have got sufficient shoots to set up my spur sites. So I'm selecting my upward pointing spurs, so anything off the bottom will come off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be my last spur site here. Right. And I will use this as an extension. Okay, so now I'm going to take these selected shoots back to 2 buds, which will be 1, 2, I'm going to reduce that by 1 more bud to there. Now I'm going to use this for extension. I'm going to make sure I take this twisty tie off the end because that will strangle the end part of the vine. I'll take the tendrils and laterals off here, and I'll give that a wrap onto here, and I'll secure that with a twisty tie here. Now I'm going to cut the last alive bud off because this last upward pointing bud will be your last spur site. So this bud will be cut through and taken out. So the tie is on the dead part of the wood. On this arm you can see we've got a far greater choice of shoots. I'm only looking for about 3 spur sites in this section. So I'm going to use this one for an extension, which comes from the bottom part of the cane, which is required. So if I work my way back through, we've got our first spur site here, 1. A good hand span back, and we're always favouring the inside one, so we can take this one off, we can take this one off, and here's our spur site here with that clear hand space between the 2 sites. This bottom one will come off. We have an outward pointing one here which we don't want, so that'll come off. For the time being we'll retain this one and that one. We'll take that off. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, and then I'm going to extend this arm here to give me the extension I require, and I'm going to shorten that to another spur site there. I've selected the last shoot deriving from the lower part of the cane rather than an upper pointing shoot, and this I'm going to wrap onto here now as an extension with just a relatively loose wrap to that point there, and I'll secure this at the end with a wrap, again beyond the last live bud, and it's very important that that's done. And these upward pointing buds will be spur sites for next year. Perfect. So now we're going to clean up the head, and I'll first of all come down to here and take this one off because we don't need spurs in the head for replacement, bearing in mind we're going to permanent cordons. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to take this one off here. And take this one out of here, there, this older wood out of there, and leave this as a spur site. And I'm going to remove that one, and I'm going to retain that one for the time being as a spur site, and I'll check the spacings on that after we have finished. So having cleaned out the head, I now want to make sure that the trunk is perpendicular and that the arms are evenly distributed along the wire, because this is a structure that's going to be here for quite some time. So I can see that it's leaning towards me, and I'm going to just give the whole thing a little push back this way and just sliding it along until we've got that perfect perpendicular position. And it's really worthwhile maintaining that. So I'm just going to check now that I haven't left too many spurs. So working my way along from the end here from the new extension on my hand span spacing, which is so critical. My first shoot on the new cane will be here. My next one will be back here, so I've actually got one too many spurs, this one in here. So I'm going to remove that one, and that's improved my spatial gap between that spur site and the first bud here to my hand span apart. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is just perfect.